Hello and thank you again for joining this channel. This video is part of a remote pairing session that I had with Bastien, and we will talk about mocks. We reached this part of our Tests That Tell a Story series where we need to create mocks. So we talk about mocks, we discuss why mocks are bad and where it's useful to have them. So I hope this will help you. And until next time, as always, have fun coding.
The interesting thing with Mock-K is that by default mocks are not relaxed. So this means that if I'm calling something that I have not said I would call, it crashes.
Yes.
So here we have two options. We can either specify that it is relaxed, then it should pass, or we can specify what kind of behavior we would like our mock to have when we call the deposit method on it.
So I think, well, there are a lot of names for this concept. It's called strict or unstrict mocks. Here it's relaxed. Strict mocks means that you need to call the function, and then let's say unstrict mocks means that it doesn't care. So now, of course, this is one of the critiques with mocks, that if you are using strict mocks, you will always have this very rigid code. That's always always you connect the mocks with production code, so you have a very big coupling.
Yeah. Either way, I'm not happy with mocks in this case because, well, we are actually implementing in our tests the very same code that we will have in our function. So I understood why, but this is something that I'm not happy with because it somehow it is harder to refactor the code when I have this kind of test.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know why you're saying that it's harder to. You're implementing the same thing that you'd implement in the function, because this test is almost the same like the test above.
Well, above we are checking that at the end our debit account has 10. Here we are checking that in order to our debit account to have 10, we call the deposit method. Maybe tomorrow we want to call something different that has the same side effect. So right now we have a coupling between our test and our implementation. Because this is what, what I don't like.
So mocks always will come with bigger coupling than stubs, but still, even with stubs, you have coupling because you called the exact method, and in assert you have count to money, so you still have some coupling, but you don't have coupling to the logic, meaning with the deposit function. You have coupling with the data, meaning with the money from the account. Let's say that maybe that change is not that fast, or it's not that problematic, because maybe you refactor a lot more often the logic than you refactor the data.
Yes, I agree. But anyway, this is the way to do things.
So that's one approach. We could try also the other approach where you have you don't use mocks, but you'd consider the external account as being on a layer with the rest, and basically you're introducing a design layer, and that external account would create a proxy object for whichever bank it is, so it will transfer, in fact it will make the transfer. But what you can do is ask it what it received, or something like that. I think this approach works, but I don't think it's very correct from the business point of view, because you expose money in the external account that you shouldn't.
Yes, I agree.
So that's why I said I would prefer mocks.
Yes.
So if you want, we can write this as well, or not. If not, we can just leave the mocks and continue with the rest.
I'm not sure that it's very interesting that we will learn a lot if we write it.
Okay.
I was wondering about, but maybe this is a bit similar to what you're saying. So the fact that we have in our code we have account class, we have two different transfer methods.
Yes.
So this one is from an account to another from say bank, and the other one is from a bank from a bank to another one. So this means that when we deposit money here, we will very likely do some complex operation with network calls and things like this. And so it's very unlikely that this code will be here in the deposit method. So
yeah,
it won't probably be in the account class, and maybe we just want to say that the account makes a request to another entity to have some money deposited somewhere, and make another request to have some money withdrawn from somewhere. And so this way we can test the logic and don't care whether it's a local account or an external account, because this is something that is dealt somewhere else. So this would be another approach to...
Yeah, exactly. So I was going into that direction in a way, but still, even if you do that, I don't think you, any business analyst would leave you to do this, would let you do this to add a parameter or to add a field so that you could get money out of that structure. So it's only tell don't ask. That's how it should be done.
Okay. So
but the rest I totally agree. This is the way to go.
Okay, let's see where this leads.